Australians were underinsured. 23% of people actually have no insurance. And most of those people who have no insurance, Mina, are actually the ones that have mortgages. We can provide a report once you've got it so that it's ready for your accountant to prepare during the next tax time.
Focus, it helps me to really become more driven.
Been quite successful at what I do because I take it on board as it's mine. And
so the accountants will focus more on applying tax law, to make sure it's being done correctly. For example, look at the depreciation report. We might choose whether to depreciate things using the diminishing value or the prime cost method. So today we are with Jessica. Can I call you Jess?
Yeah, Jess is fine, Mina.
Jess is fine. All right, awesome. From MCG Quantity Surveyors. MCG Quantity Surveyors prepare depreciation reports. And Jess, I will ask you to let us know what depreciation reports are, and I will add a little bit to that. My name is Mina from Pinnacle Accounting and Advisory. I'm a chartered tax advisor and certified practicing accountant. And I will hand it over to you, Jess, to let us know what MCG Quantity Surveyors do, why you enjoy working with MCG Quantity Surveyors, and what depreciation reports can do for your customers and your clients. How does that sound?
That sounds pretty good. Okay, so MCG Quantity Surveyors, we are actually construction cost estimators. So primarily we work with builders, developers, architects, and we actually cost up plans. So we price up tenders. And then with that information, we actually prepare tax depreciation. So we go on site to a property, and with the tax depreciation report, we work out the wear and tear of the investment property for a landlord. So then we work with accountants, I guess, like yourself, and we provide that tax depreciation report, which basically helps a person pay less tax.
Correct. Yeah. So depreciation reports definitely do that. And as you mentioned, it's the wear and tear. Now, the wear and tear is for the building component.
Correct. Yes, correct.
And what a lot of people need to be aware of is that that is purely based on the material cost rather than the margin that the builder places as part of the build process. Okay.
Yes.
But why is depreciation very important? Because as you mentioned, it's a deduction on your tax return. If it's a deduction on your tax return, it means that it reduces your tax, generally speaking. Okay, so we can delve deeper into the various tax items that it can affect. For example, things like HEX debt. It doesn't actually reduce the HEX debt amount. That gets almost nilled out as part of calculating your HEX debt, which some people are not aware of, right?
No,
so
I just learned something new.
You've got to be careful of that, but it does reduce your tax, which ultimately means you've got more cash. And more cash means you're that much closer to acquiring a new property, and you're that much closer to paying off your home loan or your investment property loan, right?
Yeah.
So why do you enjoy doing what you do?
I started with MCG in early this year, and what I'm learning is it's all about education. I'm big on helping people. I like to know what I'm talking about. So when I go and speak to a person, they'll open up to me and they'll sort of let me know what their situation is. And that's what MCG is about. We're about adding value and adding knowledge to the everyday person's business, basically. I'm a family. I've got a young children, so I'm definitely trying to move forward in life. And this is what MCG is all about. It's about education. It's about trusting experts. It's about not just a transaction. It's actually about building that relationship with the client so that, hey, if I need this information, I can go back to MCG and Jess is going to help me. And that really resonates with me. That's the type of person I am, and that's what MCG is all about.
Fantastic. So you think building business on relationships is very important?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I think that with COVID, I think social media is definitely a platform where a lot of people engage. And I always do it with integrity and honesty. And
yes, I can see your posts on LinkedIn, by the way.
Yeah,
they're great.
Yeah.
I find them very
thank
informative.
you.
And I like how you speak about the conversations you have with your customers and how you inform them and the difference that make. Are you able to share perhaps with us a recent story of how MCG Quantity Surveys was able to help someone?
Yeah, well, yeah, we've got a few case studies that have happened, especially like in the, it's kind of, we do insurance replacement cost plans and tax depreciation. So we had a client that owned a chain of restaurants. Right. And their accountant, I don't know if they were obviously not tax savvy, but they weren't preparing depreciation reports. So so the boys went in and they were chatting to them and they said you could actually backdate it for 2 years. And due to that, they got hundreds and thousands of dollars back just in tax depreciation alone. Now, they'd owned these restaurants for 5 years plus, but they could only back claim it for 2 years.
Yeah.
So they found out about MCG. I think they got a new tax savvy accountant and pointed them in our direction. And we were actually able to say, yes, this is what your depreciation is going to be. And actually you get to go back 2 years at least. So the stories like tax depreciation, then we also link it in with the insurance policies. We go out on site for clients and we prepare a valuation report. And at the moment, under insurance is absolutely going crazy. I've joined the industry in such a busy, exciting time, I guess. So when we're working with insurance brokers and they're getting their client this report, obviously they may need to up their level of cover. But what we say to them is at least you're going to be adequately insured and for that peace of mind. And we also do a tax depreciation report. So it kind of bittersweet, because one, you have to pay a little bit more, but now you're going to be getting this back on your tax with your tax depreciation. So those two parts of our business work hand in hand. And that's something that I'm trying to let clients know about.
Can you tell us a little bit more about under insurance? What does that mean?
Yeah, well, basically, since 2000, I'm learning all these stats, but they said the general population, 83%, 81%, sorry, I stand corrected, of Australians were underinsured. 23% of people actually have no insurance. And most of those people who have no insurance, Mina, are actually the ones that have mortgages. So now we're in 2022. And the Property Council of Australia said that the stats are now at 83% being underinsured. So with COVID, inflation, the floods, the fires, like it's heartbreaking, but this is our reality. And due to that, we are now facing this underinsurance issue because people haven't been updating their policies. They've sort of kept their premiums, I guess, at the same level, but now with the rising building costs, supply and demand, costs have gone up, but policies have stayed the same, so everyone's underinsured. So
really now, what you're doing is almost is pretty much revaluing the cost of the building.
Yeah, correct. I've got some clients that haven't had their policy looked at 5 or 6 years. Do you know what I mean? So now they've actually engaged a broker. This is why it's so important for people to use experts that know what they're doing, and not stay by themselves. Engage a broker who's aware of this, and it's their job to basically say, okay, you now need to get your valuation of your sums insured updated, and here's a company that does it for a flat fee across Australia, regardless of what type of property. So
you're able to do valuations too, I gather. So say if someone was looking to determine for capital gains tax purposes, I don't want to get too complex here, but say for capital gains tax purposes, they were looking to dispose of their property between themselves and another family member. You've got to get market value on that. So can you do a depreciation report for something like this? Sorry, I mean a valuation report. My apologies.
Yeah, no. So it's so we can. We do work with capital gains funds, but there's a valuer and then there's, I guess, a quantity surveyor. So quantity surveyors through the initial concept of the build, the construction. That's what we do. And then a valuer at the end. That's where we try and differentiate. The valuer does the actual market value and what it's worth after the process has been gone through. So that's something that we try and clarify, or I try and let people know the differentiate between those two services or those two businesses and those professions.
Okay, all right, awesome. Is there anything else that you can maybe let us know that we might not be aware of about the business, MCG Quantity Surveyors?
Yeah, I can kind of punch for them a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. And when's the ideal time to engage your services, Jess?
Yeah, well, I guess whenever you buy an investment property, like even before you're buying an investment property, I work with lots of real estate agents, and they'll actually have multiple units available for sale. I guess obviously people, they put it in their marketing that the depreciation value in certain properties is this and compared to this. So as soon as you buy an investment property, hopefully you're dealing with professionals that already have these really important connections in place. And yeah, you reach out to us with information moving forward on what you need to know, and then we can provide a report once you've got it, so that it's ready for your accountant to prepare during the next tax time.
Sure. How long does it take roughly to prepare a depreciation report?
Normally from once we get so we get the information, we get the site access, from the day we actually have the site inspection done, 7 to 10 working days. So we're very fast. That's one good thing about MCG. Our turnaround time is next to none. It's just normally just that gaining that access with like the property manager. Sometimes just that bit of communication, I guess, can slow down. But as long as we're given that information up front, 7 to 10 working days is what we guarantee.
Okay. And you definitely visit the site. Is that correct?
100%.
Because I'm aware of some quantity surveyors who can sometimes prepare the depreciation schedules based on some information they might have obtained from the internet, or you know, other various sites, like maybe RP data or so on and so forth. I'm not too aware of what those sites are. Obviously, it's not as detailed, I would think, as you actually visiting the site.
Oh, definitely. All I can say is there is the feedback that I've gotten. You pay for what you get.
Yes.
So okay. So
with everything.
Isn't it true? We go to every site, Mina. So we make sure that we go there, because how else are we going to find those extra deductions without doing that on-site photograph? And two, if you're audited, we actually have the report with the photos to back up what we've said.
Right.
So all I can say to everyone out there is use a certified quantity surveyor when getting your tax depreciation report done.
Okay, awesome. Now, Jess, we're going to get a bit more personal here.
Okay.
Ready? Brace yourself.
I'm ready. Okay. I'm here.
What do you like to do outside of work?
Outside of work, okay.
Yes.
I am a wife. I've got 2 little bouncing boys, and we're a little bit of a fitness family. Since COVID hit, we thought, thinking that hour of power, we thought, what are we going to challenge ourselves with? I injured myself playing soccer quite a few years ago, and
did you really? Oh no,
yeah.
I didn't know you played soccer.
Oh, it wasn't very good. No, I was okay. I'd take anyone out if they came near me.
Are you being humble?
I was a little bit competitive, Mina.
A little bit competitive. Oh no.
Yeah.
The last time someone said that to me, I ended up with a broken leg. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
I'm very careful of people who say, I'm not too competitive, or I'm just a little bit competitive, because they're the ones that tend to be very competitive.
I'm very competitive. Yeah, I don't know when to quit. So couldn't play soccer anymore. Got 2 children. Don't want any injuries. So now, we're into our fitness. 2 dogs, 2 boys, and a husband. Yeah, all boys. So I'm chasing them around left, right, and center.
And I think we connected on LinkedIn, and very quickly, established that we both like fitness. So we both like to go to the gym, right? Yeah. And for me, gym that helps me focus. It helps me to really become more driven. Yeah. Right. Because it's that process of, you're working, I guess you're doing something that is hard, and then you're seeing the growth from that, and that growth makes you want to do more of it. right?
100%. Yeah.
And it does make you competitive in a positive way. So how do
Yeah.
you find your fitness?
Yeah.
And the discipline that comes from that helps you with work and achieving results for your clients.
Yeah, oh, definitely. I think like I've only had three, this is my fourth job in my life. And whenever I've started, I've always been able to understand the way a business works.
Yes.
And then really try and get the fundamentals of it and then help it grow. So I've been quite successful at what I do because I take it on board as it's mine. And I love to see things succeed. And I think the only way to do that is to be humble and learn and then keep growing, and persistence. Discipline's great. Like, yeah, you can keep yourself doing something, but persistence and taking that time to try and take things in as you develop and learn, and just listen to people, have that space for people, I think is really important. And that resonates with me in my life, and definitely when I'm dealing with clients. Like if I was working with you, it's like I put on the Mina jacket. If someone needs me, I'll be like, yes, because I've got that relationship with you, I'll go above and beyond for your clients and for you. So that's me to a T. And that's why I connected with you, because when I saw you explain tax depreciation, I thought, this is what I do every day, and you nailed it. So a lot better than me, I will say.
Oh, well, we both say it from a different perspective, and then we add value in different ways.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Just while we're on that, we need to remind people that with depreciation, when you come to sell the property, that actually gets added back as part of the tax calculation, right? Because some people think it doesn't get added back. It's pretty much like purchasing a motor vehicle in your business.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever the book value is, that determines what your profit is when you compare it to the sale. So it's as if the depreciation is being added back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it the entire amount, Mina, or is it just a percentage of it?
Yep. So it's the whole amount that gets added
The
back.
whole amount. Yeah.
Yep. And so we'll give an example. Say you purchase something for 500,000, the property. Depreciation, say you've used up 100,000 of depreciation, right?
Yep.
So when you come to sell the property, the cost of it is 400,000, as in that's what's left on the books to depreciate. You add that 100,000 back.
Yeah.
So it goes back to 500,000.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And then if you were selling it, say, for 600,000, your profit would be the difference between the 500,000 and the 600,000. Then, depending on your situation, your circumstances, you might be able to access the capital gains tax concession.
Yeah. Okay.
50%.
Yeah.
And then that gets taxed at your marginal tax rates.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That
I've got
makes sense.
Got another question for you.
Go for it.
Now, obviously, all this information is general information, so you do need to consult your accountant professionals to make sure it's applied correctly to you. We always need to say that. Okay. The other question I'll have for you, I think it might be the last question, is why do you do what you do? What do you find the benefit is to your clients? How do you find that it benefits them?
With the tax depreciation side of it, as you said earlier on, it gives them that cash flow. So it gives them that little bit extra. Some of our properties, some of the real estate agents I've worked with, once we've done the tax depreciation, instead of being negatively geared, it's almost gone positively geared. So it's giving that person that a little bit of financial wiggle room or freedom earlier on to move them on to their next property.
Yeah.
So that's...
What does that mean to them, though? Do you think it helps their family to live better? What are the positive flow-ons from that?
And another property, that's what I've had most people say to me. Definitely just the fact that, as I said, negative to positive, it's just helped them with their cash flow. And I really think that with how expensive everything is, just the cost of food, like an extra $50 in your pocket, definitely helps every Australian family.
Go a long way, doesn't it? Yep.
Yeah, it does.
Petrol, so on and so forth.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Right.
Exactly.
Now, the benefit of having a depreciation report is if your property can be negatively geared for tax, but have a positive cash flow. Okay, and that can be the difference. The depreciation report can cause that.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which obviously means you're going to be paying less tax, but at the same time, you are going to be getting funds, or so it's either going to reduce your liability or move you to a refund position. Depreciation is a non-cash item, which means it doesn't flow out of your pocket.
Yes.
Unlike, say, interest on the loan.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's something important also to keep in mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any questions for me? Anything else we can add?
I was just going to ask, because like obviously I do speak with some people that I sort of speak to the client sometimes, because we're business to business. So either like a property manager has referred a client to me and they'll say, why wouldn't my accountant do this? Or so with people that aren't aware of it, like I guess the big thing about it is why doesn't an accountant prepare a tax depreciation report? Why do they outsource it to a quantity surveyor?
Sure. So the quantity surveyors are best placed to prepare the depreciation report because they would understand what are the actual costs of the various items throughout the build process.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the accountants will focus more on applying tax law, okay, to make sure it's being done correctly. For example, we'll get the depreciation report. We might choose whether to depreciate things using the diminishing value or the prime cost method. And the tax law allows us to do that to achieve the best outcome for the customer or for the client.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
But generally, we wouldn't spend our time to actually develop these reports.
Yeah.
Right? Our time is best suited to looking at the more strategic aspects of the tax and the financials, and even giving advice to clients. Now, what can sometimes happen is the depreciation report has been prepared, and the client might say, sell a dishwasher. Sorry, like a dishwasher has broken down, and now they need to buy a new dishwasher.
Yeah.
This is where we say, okay, please provide us with the tax invoice.
Yeah.
And then we prepare the depreciation item on that particular dishwasher, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is where we might actually prepare the actual items. But why would you have an accountant do that for you when you have specialists who know exactly what the items cost?
Yeah.
Prepare that report. It doesn't make sense. And to be honest, I think it would cost you a lot more too.
Yeah.
Have an accountant go out there and value things, one at a time.
Yeah.
It's probably not the most economical thing to do.
No, exactly. No, and that's the feedback that I've gotten. But with I guess what happens if someone goes to a non-savvy property accountant? Is there such a thing? Like if they have an investment property and they go to an accountant that is everyone aware of these rules? Like if the client fronts up without a tax depreciation schedule, would they put in just the structural component of it and miss all the juicy deductions?
Jess, you're going to get me in trouble here.
Am I asking big leagues?
You're asking a big question here.
Yeah.
Look, I think a proactive accountant should always ask the question.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Good answer.
And I think us doing this video is a way of educating our customers and our clients that a depreciation report is important.
Yes.
And that if your accountant is not asking you to prepare a depreciation report or asking for a depreciation report, then you need to ask whether this accountant is really giving me the best advice for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, some people might pay for tax returns that are cheap. And you mentioned quality beforehand.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what ends up happening is they might pay a small amount of money, but they lose so much more money on depreciation, on not applying the depreciation report properly. For example, we mentioned diminishing value versus straight line method, and obviously other things when you are dealing with business owners. And so the accountant who's proactive, they will charge you more, but it'll actually be a lot cheaper than an accountant who's not proactive, who you're paying a small amount to. But you've got this huge opportunity cost because they haven't advised you properly, and so you're paying additional tax. And there's an further opportunity cost with that, because if you fork out money or money doesn't come back to your pocket, well, there's an opportunity cost of not investing that money.
Yes.
Right.
So
it's actually multiplied.
Yeah.
It's the compound effect of not taking action. It's the compound effect of making a bad decision. Okay. So they're the things that we got to keep in mind. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
So the way I like to work with my clients is we like to be proactive. I've got a YouTube channel where I like to educate clients. Right. And sometimes what I do is I would flick across a video, the link to the video, and that video will have absolutely everything, really well structured. And so instead of me explaining things over and over again, not that I don't like speaking to people, but it's a lot more efficient. I've got a video that's well structured, covers pretty much everything. And then from there, they could say, Mina, we need further assistance with this, further assistance with that. Obviously, again, that video is general. It might not be tailored for everyone's situation, obviously, right? So we encourage people to always have a look at the video as a way of getting a bit of information, and then from there, ask the accountant to make sure it's tailored for their unique situation.
Yes, I agree. No, I agree. That's good advice, Mina. That is really good advice.
Thank you very much. Anything else that we need to cover?
No
questions.
No, I think we've covered it all. I really sincerely appreciate your time, like having my future clients just be able to meet you this way and to sort of understand your ethics and how we work. It's a good place to be.
Fantastic. So I can be contacted. I'll give my mobile number.
Yeah.
Don't mind.
No, not at all.
0431 413 530. And my email is mina@pinnacleaccountingadvisory.com.au. What about yours, Jess?
My mobile is 0455 966 791, and it's Jessica Jorgensen at mcgqs.com.au. And I'll make sure I share the link when we share the video, so that if people want to reach out, they can do so.
Fantastic. How do you spell Jorgensen?
Jorgenson.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you so very, very much for your time. I really appreciate giving us the opportunity to discuss this and how it can help people. And we look forward to catching up on another video and covering another topic.
Done. Sounds fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jessica.
See you, Mina.
I mean, Jess. See ya.
All good. See ya.